You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic.
Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears are locked and ready for round one of the 2024 NFL Draft. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Bears fans, we are only a couple of days from the start of round one of the 2024 NFL Draft, and leading up to the 2024 NFL Draft, Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham met with the media today just to answer some questions ahead of the first round of the draft. And they talked a whole lot about, their process and how they led to their final conclusions and how, everything leading up to the NFL Draft, how they did every single process. So it was really cool to hear them talk about the upcoming NFL Draft. And there were some interesting questions that were asked to Ryan Poles. And obviously the media asked if the Chicago Bears have finally made their decision on the number one overall pick, Bears fans. And this is what Ryan Poles had to say. Check this out.
So, unfortunately, it's one of those things I think everyone's got to tune in on Thursday to watch and figure out. But I feel really good about our process and where we are and where we're headed. So, yeah, we know what we're going to do, but everyone's going to have to wait till Thursday.
First and foremost, Bears fans, look at the smile radiating off of Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham's face. They are super pumped, super excited about possibly Caleb Williams. That's what we're assuming at this point, that Caleb Williams will be the number one overall pick for the Chicago Bears on Thursday for round one of the 2024 NFL Draft. And I'm just super happy for the Chicago Bears. I'm super happy for Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham, Matt Eberflus, that they have their conviction, that they have their guy in Caleb Williams. Ryan Poles even said, let's have some excitement on Thursday. As you can see in the video that I just showed you, he said, hey, I'm not trying to give it away now. I want the fans to have that anticipation and be excited for round one of the 2024 NFL Draft when we officially make the pick, the number one overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. But I'm super excited they went through their process. I mean, it was a long, deep, detailed process. They did some deep intel on Caleb Williams, brought him into Halas Hall. Obviously, they had captains of the team, including DJ Moore and TJ Edwards, go out to dinner with Caleb Williams to get even more intel on the type of person Caleb Williams is, because we all know that was a big deal for Ryan Poles. We all understood that Caleb Williams was an outstanding football player, but he wanted to find out what the type of person that Caleb Williams is. So he did a whole bunch of deep intel on Caleb Williams, and they finally have their guy. And on Thursday, the Chicago Bears will finally make it official and select Caleb Williams, quarterback out of USC, with the number one overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. Ryan Poles also talked about the current pick situation. Someone asked them about how the Chicago Bears only have 4 picks in the 2024 NFL Draft. And Ryan Poles also had this to say. He said, no, I feel really good with where we are at. So obviously, Bears fans, you could take this with a grain of salt. This could definitely be a smokescreen just because Ryan Poles said this in the press conference. If the right situation presents itself and the right trade offer and package presents itself for Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears to maybe make a trade down from that number 9 overall spot in the 2024 NFL Draft, I think Ryan Poles will do what's best for this organization. But much like we discussed on past episodes right here on the podcast, I think Ryan Poles is trying to take the 2 best players within the top 10. He's trying to find 2 blue chip players that can help their football team right now. We all know the Chicago Bears don't have a second round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. So we all know it would be really nice to trade back and get some very valuable draft capital for this year's draft, maybe even the 2025 NFL Draft as well. But just like I said in past episodes right here on the podcast, that this may be the last opportunity ever for Ryan Poles to have 2 top 10 picks. Much like I said in past podcasts, if Caleb Williams ends up being the guy that everyone says that he is, the Chicago Bears won't be picking in the top 10 for a very, very, very long time. So Ryan Poles, Ian Cunningham, Matt Eberflus, and the Chicago Bears organization have to take advantage of this very rare situation where most of the time you don't have 2 top 10 picks in an NFL draft, right? So this is a very special and unique situation for Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears. And personally, I think they need to take advantage of this. Take the 2 best players, whether you trade up or stay put, and get 2 blue chip prospects to help your football team right now. We all know that Caleb Williams is going to be the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft for the Chicago Bears. But then at number 9, if Rome Odunze is there, take Rome Odunze. If Joe Alt is there, take Joe Alt. If Dallas Turner happens to be there, take Dallas Turner, right? Or if the opportunity presents itself and you get the opportunity to trade up for a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr., then trade up, right? So I think the Chicago Bears are content with 4 picks in the 2024 NFL draft. I think Ryan Poles understands that this football team is very close to competing. They are obviously depending on Caleb Williams to pan out and finally be that franchise quarterback for the Chicago Bears. But they think that with 4 picks, that these 4 players can come in and very well complete this Chicago Bears football team. And if that's the route that Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears want to take, I am all for it. So as always, Bears fans, we are a couple of days away from the 2024 NFL draft. I'm super excited to finally see who the Chicago Bears select. We all know with the number 1 overall pick, once again, that it will be Caleb Williams. But what will the Chicago Bears do at number 9 overall in the upcoming NFL draft? I think Ryan Poles and Chicago Bears have put themselves in a very good situation long-term to be a very successful organization. Now it's about just executing their draft plan, and hopefully the board falls their way so we can add some very amazing talent in the 2024 NFL draft. So as always, Bears fans, once again, I will be going live for round 1 of the 2024 NFL draft. So make sure you guys tune in and get my live reaction to who the Chicago Bears select in round 1 of the 2024 NFL draft. I can't wait to see you all there. But before I let you guys go, let me ask you guys this. Who do you guys think, for once and final time, who do you guys think the Chicago Bears will select with the number 9 overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft? Let me know down below in the comment section. But as always, make sure you continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Geek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, be back for our all-new Bears podcast right here on Geek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You've been listening to Geek on the Mic, a podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Thanks, guys, and bear down.